So we are talking free traffic today. Now remember, if you're going through this, you can turn your camera off if you don't want your video on. Just down below you'll see the zoom option. If you want to have a look at other people, you can do the different view at the top, speaker view, gallery view. We're getting the hang of this now, right? So we're going to be going through free traffic. I'm going to do a quick recap of yesterday, literally like 60 seconds for those of you that didn't make it, because I know people have registered just today. Hey Bo, great to see you here. So what we did yesterday, we were talking about selling the click. Yeah, so it was all about how to get people to actually take action on something. Even if you've paying for an ad, you're going to need to use the right words to sell the click. If you don't use the right words or the right strategy, people are not going to click. Oh, by the way, let me also, before we dive into it, this is how you can tell this is live. Not like I don't screw up anyway. I pretty much always screw up. But just to give you one of these, there will be no April Fool's jokes on this this session. Okay, so I'm not going to suddenly start saying, free money's going to rain from the sky. I don't buy into April Fool's joke, and that is no joke. I just like it winds me up something chronic, particularly on Facebook. You might see my Facebook lives earlier on. Everybody basically just uses it as an excuse just to lie all day and draw people in, and people waste hours of their life saying, "Oh yeah, that's a lie." Hey, how you doing? Yes, of course you can use the chat. You can chat at any point and distract me like a dog chasing a squirrel. It's totally fine. And if you've got any questions about what we're talking about, you can do that as well. Okay, so we're recapping. We're talking about selling the click. We spoke about chocolate covered broccoli. I'm not going to go over that again. That's what we covered. Go check out yesterday's replay if you didn't see that. And if you haven't got the replay yet, check your email tomorrow, because we'll be emailing you a replay of this session and of yesterday's session as well. And we spoke about title creation. So how to create the title for different pieces of your content, whether it's a blog post, whether it's a Facebook post, and so on. Now, hopefully you've been watching this. I don't know... did you pack in the proctologist gig? Yes, I did. Dr. T probably saw my video earlier on where I was pretending to be a doctor on Facebook. I had a little backdrop just to try and get people's attention. So that's actually leads in very nicely to what I was going to say, which is hopefully you've been paying attention to what I've been doing. I'm not just saying this stuff for the good of my health. I do this. Like, everything that I teach is what I do in my business. That's how I know it works. So if you've been paying attention, you will have seen stuff on Facebook. By show of hands and by virtual hand or whatever, give me a yes in the chat box. Have you seen me doing stuff on Facebook that has got your attention? Like using that, how to get such and such, how to do what you want without getting what you want, or, without getting what you don't need, or, do my headlines. Does what I put on Facebook, does it get your attention? So hopefully. Rob says no, not sure why not. It's probably because you're not following me, Rob. It's as simple as that. Brent says yes. Okay, so we've got a few yeses. That's good. Otherwise, OMG. Yeah, I know. I used the OMG thing. I was so old. It's so 1990s, but it got attention, right? It got attention. One, said Debbie. Are you testing, Debbie? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Bo says no, because I'm not a fan of Facebook. Well, that's fine. What about my emails? You obviously got here because I positioned something in a way that you thought, this is cool, I need to check that out. So yeah, I totally understand it. I'm not a massive fan of Facebook as well. Rob, the reason that you haven't seen it is because, yeah, you're not friends with me. Okay, that's fine. I'll accept it after this call. I'm kind of busy right now. So let's move on to what I want to get into now is what not to do, right? What not to do, and then we're going to get into it's difficult here because I've got so many things on my screen. I'm trying to scroll down to the rest of my content. I want to give you a little bit kind of coming up. We're going to go through some big no-nos of traffic. As important as what to do is what not to do, and the things that are not to do, people are doing them in large amount, right? Because they're kind of shortcuts or perceived shortcuts. So I want to talk about those. It's very, very important. Okay, so we're going to get into that. We are also going to talk about value, how to deliver value, which is obviously a great way to get traffic, a quick way to do that. I'm going to tell you a story about me drinking champagne in the bath. Stay tuned for that and how it backfired horribly. And yeah, we're going to talk about value, perceived value as well. Bo, I think you are. Actually, no. Bo keeps popping up on my video. I have no idea why, Bo. But it's great to see you. I don't know if you want to take over the meeting. I don't know if anybody else is seeing that. But it's certainly distracting me. But I'll carry on. Anyway, make sure your microphone's muted, Bo. You might just be possibly popping back in with an unmuted microphone or not. I don't know. But it won't be in the recording. You can guarantee that. Okay. So let's dive into this content. Honestly, it's like juggling monkeys, this job. It actually is like juggling monkeys. It's so many things going off. Right, so let's talk about what not to do. Like, if you could see my screen, I would share my screen, but it would probably break things. Honestly, if I showed my screen, I've got like a bajillion windows. I've got a zoom window. I've got my video editing window, which means I can move between different screens like this, so I can show the boot camp next week that's coming up. By the way, make sure you register. I will be mentioning that later on. If you've not registered already, this is a one-day boot camp, all about getting traffic. A whole bunch of you are already on here. I think pretty much everybody on this call has already registered and got their tickets. michaelcheney.com/traffic. So I've got that on my screen. I've also got my little sound effects because I like using those occasionally, even though some people don't like them. They think it's unprofessional. Boo. You don't need to be professional to make a ton of money online. Who cares, right? It's all about speed. Okay, I am going to be using a few of those. I don't care. It makes me laugh. So, right. Focus, Jenny. Focus, Jenny. We're like 8 minutes in, and you're like, this guy's not delivering any content. Whatevs. I'm getting to it. Right. What not to do. Number one, spam. Okay. Do not spam. Now, you might think, I would never spam. I would never spam. Spam falls under many brackets, right? It includes things like, joining Facebook groups and saying, oh, guys, check this out, check this out. It includes inviting people to Facebook groups without their permission repeatedly, even though they leave the group. You got a lot of that. Has that happened to anybody? Give me a yes in the question box if that has ever happened to you. You've been invited to, hopefully not by me, you've been invited to a Facebook group that you don't like. And you're like, what the hell? Who's this guy? Who's this? I mean, it's okay to say I invite you to like my page. That's fine. Maybe once or twice, but not like every day. No, I do not want to join your Facebook page on Athlete's Foot, day 5. I still do not want to join your Facebook page about Athlete's Foot. Get the message, right? I don't want to join. So that constitutes spam. It might not be emailing people every day. It might not be buying a list and bombarding the bajingas out of it. But that is spam. Don't do it. Something else I would recommend not to do, and that is DMs. There seem to be a number of marketers, I don't know who this is, but some people have been teaching this method of hitting people up in their DMs or their direct message. I'm down with the kids, right? I'm down with the kids, so I call it DMs. Because I'm 47 and I know exactly what, I know what the kids on the street are talking about. So a direct message on Facebook goes to your messenger, right? And some marketers have been teaching, this is a great strategy. Message people, say, like I had one the other day, and we get a lot of these. Who's had a direct message, by the way? Give me a OMG. Give me an OMG in the chat box. OMG. If you've had a direct message from somebody that you did want, like that was trying to pitch you something on Facebook. Come on, guys. Give me some OMGs. OMGs. That's short for OMG. Right? Do people still think this works? We've all had it, right? We get them. I like actually having a bit of fun with them. So if they do it, I will... sometimes I'll do a reverse image lookup if I've got time, and I'll actually send back, and they'll say, I'm from Florida, and I'll say, well, actually, I put your image into Google, and it said that this is an image used on stock photography sites, and I looked up your IP address, and it says you're actually based in Russia. Would you care to explain that? Such and such has left the chat. Right, so sometimes I do that. Quite often the time I'll just block them and delete them. You get people that are complete douchewads doing this, that are trying to sell you kryptonite and crypto this and crypto that, and scantily clad women and such. But some people are trying to do it as a legitimate business thing, and they draw you in a little bit better. Like I had a guy this week he tried to friend request me on Facebook. He sent me a message to my page on Facebook, and he sent me a message to Instant Messenger. And it wasn't one of these, click this link to see me on webcam. It wasn't, send me $10,000 because you've got some crypto coin waiting for you in Nigeria. It was, I've got this great opportunity, Michael. Thank you for blank. I really appreciate how you are blank. And obviously, it was a total template response, and you could just tell it was a sort of cookie cutter message. And basically, he wanted me to reach out and just, oh, yeah, what is this? So it was this kind of, and people are teaching this. Some numpty, some numbskull, some cotton-headed ninny-muggins is teaching that you should be direct messaging people like this. Don't do it, okay? You should really avoid direct messaging people at all costs if you can, even people that you know, unless you've got something really of value to offer. Like if I'm doing one of those posts where I say comment for info, have you seen that? Give me a heck yes in the Facebook chat. If you've seen me or anyone else do one of those comment for info type posts on Facebook where you've got to respond to get information. Anybody seen those? Okay, of course, yes. Why, says Debbie. Debbie's short on time. We're getting ones. We're getting the digit 1 for a yes. We're getting Y for yes. Debbie, I love your I-L, your S. I love your style. Just keep it short, right? So when you do those, sometimes people they'll post a comment and say, right, give me the info. And you can post the info as a reply to the comment, but sometimes you do have to actually send a private message. Now, when you send a private message, if you send more than 3 or 4 with a link in, what happens is Herr Zuckler arrives in his private jet. Here he is. And he frog marches up to your instant messenger and he goes, Nein, you must not use the links in the direct message. I will send you to the Facebook jail. Right? And that's what he does. If you send a message more than 3... link, I don't know what's going on with me tonight. If you send a URL more than 3 times with an instant message, it'll block it. It'll block it and say, no, you can't do that. It's spam. And you're like, no, it's not spam. I put a post up saying, do you want info? They said, yes, they want. I'm sending them the info. So you can't do it. So you've got to think of ways around that. A way around that is to obscure the link. So to say, rather than putting a direct link, you go to Michael Chaney dot, and then you use the word dot rather than an actual dot. So it's not a link. That's one way to get around it. Or the other way is not to do direct messages, to give them the content some other way. But basically what I'm saying is if you're trying to get traffic through direct message, it's a big no-no, right? It's not easy to do. Even if you're just posting text and no links, sounds like Herr Zucker got a kick in the knackers. Yeah, I gave him a kick in the knackers many times. So, yeah, even if you're just posting text, not even links, you can get smacked down by the Zuckwaffer. Okay, so watch out for that. So that's a couple of bits and pieces on what not to do. So, yeah, don't go joining groups, and start posting things. Hey, check out my page. It's like, oh, that's so natural. You joined 2 minutes ago, and now you're saying check out my page. No. Right? Add value, and if people like the value that you provide, they will come and find you, okay? Now, talking of value, actually, let's just pause for a... wait a minute. Let's pause for a bulletin. Good evening and welcome. Today's important news bulletin is this goes on sale. It's on sale now. What am I talking about? The Traffic Bootcamp. It takes place on Thursday next week. It's a full day with me, one-on-one, which was a complete untruth and not even an April Fool's joke. It's live, is what I'm trying to say. It's interactive. Who sounds blown out? Was it very loud? Oh god. Okay, let me. Did it blow the speakers out? Everybody's like saying, "Oh my god, it's too loud." Okay, let's try this again. What about this? Is that better? Is that better? Let me know. Sorry, I didn't mean to blow everybody's speakers. Better. Okay. Should we do it again? No, I'm not going to do it again. So yeah, by show of hands, in the chat box, say, I've got my ticket. If you've already got your ticket to this bootcamp, say, I've got mine, or got my ticket. If you've already in, Kenneth, got it. Peggy, yes. Got my ticket, says Bo. Got my ticket, says Tony. Debbie's in. Debbie used 4 words. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that. I've got mine. James is in. Yep. Alan's in. Chris Wildron's in. Chris, I think you were one of the first people to get it. You dived in super early. Almost when we were testing the product. Do you win? No. Do I win something? Do you win something for buying a product? You win the product, man. That's a prize enough. But I like your style. I appreciate you for trying. But anyway, that's the news blast. You need to go here and register for this. I'll be talking more about this and giving you some of the snippets of what you're going to discover. But in a nutshell, you're going to learn money getting traffic methods. My PA, John, is on the case. He's just put that in. Peggy says, yes, you win a hearing aid because I deafened you all with that news blast. If you have a look at the chat, you'll see a link. Go click it. That will take you to the registration page. You pay nothing before the boot camp. You pay nothing during the boot camp. It's a free day with me. You pay only after the boot camp, 2 days after, and only if you are completely delighted with what you learn. If you're not completely delighted, just cancel. You won't pay anything. That's how confident I am that you'll be delighted. I'm not stupid. I'm not giving away the farm here. You will love this, okay? And it's worth at least 10 times the investment that is only payable 2 days after the boot camp. You can cancel during the boot camp if you're like, oh my God, Cheney used that news thing again, and now I've got bleeding ears. I can't hear a single thing. Give me a refund. Then you can do it. 2 days later, if you're like, oh no, oh God, something really bad's happened. I tripped over and I broke all my fingers and I can't use a keyboard now for the rest of my life. I'm not going to be able to do internet marketing. Then fine, get a refund. Okay? Fine. Okay, that is the news. Let's get back to the content. Right. So we've spoken about what not to do. To talk about value, right? Value is what gets you traffic. Value is what gets you sales. Value is what gets you prospects and gets you clients. Unfortunately, there is no shortcut to delivering value, right? There isn't a value delivering software that you can buy on Warrior Forum and suddenly it will deliver value from you into the marketplace. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Just click this button. I'm sure there might be some shady characters that might try and sell that, but it's not real, right? You can't do that. You either got to deliver valuable content, right? Which is the easiest way to do it. You've got to either deliver valuable content, be a valuable person in people's eyes, right? So they're like, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. This gal knows what they're talking about. They are valuable, so I'm going to be attracted towards them. I'm going to, do what they say. I'm going to check out what they've got to offer. Or you've got to make a valuable offer. So something that you create yourself, or a product, or a freebie, or a download, a PDF, or a video, something like that. So the easiest way to kind of deliver value in that sense is content. Right, is to put content out. Now, don't think and don't panic, okay, thinking that you've got to be some kind of world expert on some kind of subject matter. I've mentioned this before. It's an easy way to get content that's valuable, and that's just to Google it, right? You can go on Google and you can find content. You can easily repackage it, or you can just gather things together. Let's use I'm going to stick with a golf example because it's still fresh in my mind from yesterday, almost like I've not slept, or I have slept. But not very much. The golf example, you could go on Google and you could basically find, if you basically, go into Google and type in golf tips for better putting, tips for better golf putting, and you could spend about 10-15 minutes gathering all those things together. You're not stealing it, right? You're not stealing the words. You're just stealing the concepts. One of them might be, try this type of club. Spend a little bit longer on the practice range. Only do it in good daylight. Make sure the weather's good so it doesn't get you down and affect your mental state. Take caffeine. I don't know. I'm pulling them out of my ass. I've got no idea. I'm not a golfer. But you'll find bunches of them, even just after 5-10 minutes. You can pull that down into a list. You're not stealing the words, right? These are concepts. Nobody can copyright the concept of, golfing or putting or doing things in a certain way. If you take it verbatim and just take somebody's entire list and say, this is my list, of course that's stealing. But if you take all these different lists, put them all together, and then just reword them in a slightly different way, 15-20 minutes, you could have like the top 50 tips to become a better putter in golf, even if you don't know anything about it, right? So you don't have to be an expert to offer value, okay? You just need to know the ways to do it. Now, let's talk about value. Let's talk about traffic a bit more. Dive into this. I want to tell you this story about drinking champagne in the bath. I mentioned this earlier. Let's just have a little bit of fun here, okay? What was the first year you came into contact with me? Because I want to see if anybody might even... what was the first year that you remember hearing of this moppet over here, Cheney Balls? Okay, it's not a competition. It's just to see. I used to have like a little timer on here, didn't I? Well, I'll just play this. Long time ago, sir. That's not quite a timer. Steve says 2009. Chris says, I think this year, but I seem to remember your name from before. Long time ago, says Debbie. Yeah, I remember. Shit. The Boer War, I mean, that's going back some. Wow, happy days. Anyway, okay, so some people, it's like 10 years, right? New massages. When you get the yellow sports car, says Tony Crofts. That was like 2008, something like that. That I was... driving Ferraris and Lamborghinis in Vegas. Charles, 2006. Steve, I mentioned you on my blog, 2009. Okay, so the reason I asked this story goes back to 2000, right? I was just checking, because you never know. There could be people on here that have known me since then. So, picture the scene, right? It's 2000. The year 2000. It seems a bit crazy to like it was the year 2000. I was only 50 years old. Crazy that it's so long ago. But it's the year 2000. I'd launched a website to do with seniors, right? Back then I was like, oh, I'll target those seniors and people like 50 years old. I am now nearly 50. It's like so weird. But who's saying this? I also remember when you bought an expensive product. Ooh, I bought an expensive product from you some time back. I hope you haven't been using capital letters since then, because that's like certainly not one of the side effects of buying my products. But yeah, hopefully I taught you a bunch of stuff, including how to turn caps lock on and off, because if I didn't teach you that, then I definitely failed. Sorry about that. I hope you got a value. That's all I'm saying. I hope you got a value. You were putting that in a sense that 1995? No. I built my first website back in 1990. We're going totally off piste here, guys. I don't know about you. Hopefully you haven't got plans, because it's out the window. The glasses are off. I've torn up my notes. I don't know where we're going. We're going down some extreme kind of rabbit hole. Hold on to your underpants. Champagne. Oh, Chris has brought me back to Earth. Yes. Serious. Back to champagne. The year 2000, I'd released a website. It was about seniors, to attract seniors to an online community. And I had got I got website of the day. The website that I just launched, it had been launched a week, and it got website of the day in a national newspaper here in the UK. So that's a newspaper that everybody's heard of. What was it? The Independent. Website of the day, my website address in a newspaper throughout the entire of the UK. So I could go to a newsagent anywhere in the UK, pick up this newspaper, look at the website of the day award in that newspaper, and it was my website. I was like, what? And it had only been launched a week, right? So there I was in my bath, drinking champagne. I was like, this is it. Oh, yes, baby. Now, back then, I was in a one-bedroom apartment. It was so freaking pokey. I mean, the bedroom, my bed now that I share with my wife is bigger, almost bigger than the apartment. I mean, it was just ridiculous. There was no room. There wasn't even room to swing a mouse. Never mind swing a cat. It was insane. And I was in the bath. Steve saying online since 95. Yeah. Okay, so I've been online since 95. But I was in the bath and I thought, this is it. I've made it. Job done. Retirement is just a step away. Now, the reason I'm telling this story is so that you realise that that's a complete misunderstanding, right? A misconception of what it takes to succeed online and in business. The idea behind this website was, obviously, as I said, it was a seniors website and it was targeting seniors. So we wanted to the way we were going to make money is through advertising, right? So we were going to get advertisers who wanted to reach that demographic, very lucrative, a lot of residual income on average. a lot of spare time. Advertisers want to get in front of them, right? They're very, very rich demographic on average, right? And I know it's not everybody's like that, but that's on average. So we wanted to build a community around that demographic, and then get advertisers to advertise. Now, I'm going to spin this over to you. What do I need if you're in this position? You've got a community. It's targeted towards seniors. If I'm going to sell ads, what do I need? Give me one word answers. What do I need to do this? Right? We've just got this site. What do we need? Okay, we need a hungry market. We need traffic. We need blue rinses, Steve. Oh, Steve, that is brilliant. That is brilliant. Thank you for that. That is class. What else do you need? So you need traffic. Come on, guys, wait. What? I'm getting 3 answers here. Is that it? Like I'm busting my nut here and I'm getting 3 answers? Content, says Steve Dorrington. Crickets! What's going on? What do you need? What do I need? What do you need to sell ads? What do I need? Content, buyers, freebies to hook them in. Cricket, said Scott. A product to offer, good offer. Okay, here we go. A happy... Dr. T, a happy mother figure. You are creasing me up. Okay, so yeah, you need traffic. So basically, this is insane. The traffic. Yes, obviously you need traffic, right? The Harry Enfield glasses. These are not Harry Enfield glasses. These are patented Michael Chaney glasses, as worn by Michael Caine. Don't you know? Come on, guys. It's me who's trying to focus. It's you who's putting me off. Don't put this on me. I'm staying well on track here. Marilyn says I'm listening. Okay, so there's maybe a bit of a delay. There's me hurling abuse at you, saying you're not giving me answers, and there's a bit of delay. That's totally fine. So yes, you're supposed to blow the bloody doors off. Yes, you need traffic. We obviously needed traffic, right? We needed traffic so that we could tell the advertisers this is how much traffic we're getting. Because we've got all this traffic coming, you should advertise to reach these people, right? Yes, we needed that. However, how are we going to get traffic, right? Now, obviously, I'm teaching you, but I'm switching it around. How do you get traffic? Remember, I gave you 3 ways yesterday. This is going to be a real test. A, B, C, remember? 3 ways to get traffic. A, B, and C. What are they? Chris has got one. Bada bing, bada boom. Yes, content. Well done, Chris. Buy. And affiliate. Look at that. Affiliates buy content. Okay, look at that. It's like this is working. I should take up sort of teaching people on the internet. I should teach people stuff. I should do this. I should do this as a job. Whew, deep breath. Right, yes. Affiliates buy or content, right? Now, we just started out. We didn't have any Wonga. We were all in jobs. I had debt. I didn't know what the Scooby I was doing. So buying was totally out. Affiliates, well, we didn't have any products, right? So we didn't have any products to sell, so we didn't have any affiliates. Affiliates weren't going to send traffic to this community because we didn't have any stuff, right? So that left content. Okay, now that left content. Now here is where the master plan came in, right? Imagine the dastardly amazing plan that we came up with. These 3 20-year-olds or 20-something-year-olds. Was that 20 back then? I can't even do the math. 20-something, mid-20s anyway. We decided what we're going to do. We were going to get the community. It's embarrassing to even say this, right? We were going to get the community of seniors to create the content that would then get the traffic that would then we could then sell the advertising space to, right? Right. Can anybody, yes, Steve, can anybody spot a possible issue with that plan? Content from the seniors, the content gets the traffic. Once we get the traffic, we sell the advertising. Anybody see an issue with that? It's easier than you think. Peggy says, what's in it for them? James says, privacy. Kind of like Facebook is doing now. I know, Marilyn. Tell me about it. It gives me nightmares. Steve has hit the nail on the head. Well done, Steve. You have got it. It's chicken and egg. right? It was chicken and egg. So as I was sitting there in the champagne, as I was sitting there in the bath drinking my champagne, thinking, that's it, happy days. We got website of the day in the Independent. People will come in their thousands. They will start creating the content. That content will get more traffic. More traffic. No, Cheney, no, it didn't work like that. It didn't happen. We had to create a whole bunch of the content ourselves. We were basically, all of us were working 9-to-5 jobs, right, when we first started this. And we were going back and trying to suss out all of this and then creating content supposed to be tailored to seniors when we were in our mid-20s. And we were like, what do we do? What do we write about, you know? So we pumped out thousands and thousands and thousands of words. And we did get some authors. Fortunately, we did get some authors, senior authors that came on board, and they became sort of stalwarts, kind of, big linchpins of the community. The only thing that really got it to work finally was when we worked out that we could have a forum, right? When we got a forum, that's when things really took off, because that was when the content created itself easily. Up until that point, we were saying, look, submit your article here and we'll reward you. We were giving Amazon vouchers. We were obviously giving them publicity, saying, look, you're going to get in magazines, because at this point we were getting featured in newspapers and magazines and so on. So, and they had the kudos of saying, well, look, I can say to my friends, look, I'm on this website. Back then, getting on a website was cool. Like, it wasn't like, can you imagine now saying, you're not going to believe this? Going up to your party saying, you're not going to believe this. Watch this. I push this button here. I'm online. I'm on the internet. It's like, yeah, that's called Facebook. Back then, that wasn't a thing. So we were playing off of that and showing people that, look, you can... we can, big up. So there was something in it for them. I think it was Peggy said, "What's in it for them?" That's what was in it for them. That kind of kudos, that good feeling, feel good factor, being on this site that was getting national press, right? But it wasn't enough until we got that forum, and that's when the interaction started. Now, as somebody said earlier on, just a minute ago, that this was like Facebook. It really was. It was almost like a precursor to that. We obviously weren't trying to design that, but we did want it to get to the stage where people could have, and I remember drawing out in the early 2000s, drawing out how people could have their own little page in our community, customize it with their photograph. I mean, we were a little far off, but it was an idea to get there, because we wanted that idea of people creating the content so that we didn't have to, and then the content gets the traffic. So we were kind of onto something. I know I've kind of ripped into myself and trying to take the mick out of myself a little bit, but we weren't that far off some of the best models, billion-dollar models that you see online right now. Google, do they own any content? Do they? Hell, they don't own any content, right? It all comes from other places. Facebook, the same, right? YouTube, the same, right? These are multi-billion-dollar companies that are basically piggybacking on other people's content. So we got close. We got to the point where it was generating so much traffic that we were able to generate thousands and thousands of dollars through advertising revenue. But as a byproduct of this, I had to really delve into search engine optimization, because I realized we can have all this content, and eventually it started to work. As I say, particularly with the forum, it really exploded, and people were like spending so much time in the forum. The rest of the site where the written content was, the kind of articles, which just became like a ghost town, and people were just using this forum, but it was perfect because it was growing and it was interactive and people were spending all day on it. But what I had to do is I wanted to get the search engine, I wanted to get the real written content, I wanted to get that ranked in the search engines. That's when I had to learn and teach myself, and also pay and learn from other people how to get ranked in search engines. So, and eventually that took over the community, the whole business. It became more lucrative for me to go out teaching business owners how to get ranked in Google than it was to run this online community. And that's how I then started my consultancy, and then I started developing digital products to teach this stuff, and that's how I first launched my first digital product in about 2005, I think, the Website Marketing Bible, and then AdSense videos in 2006. So the reason I tell you all this, number of lessons in here if you want to pick through the bones of it, but one is content gets traffic, and unless you've somehow got an ingenious way for other people to create it, you're going to have to create it. The second is nothing is instant, right? Everything takes work. So when I thought I was at the top, and that website of the day, obviously I was still way off. You've still got to, got to be putting in that consistent effort. Okay. Okay. So we've gone a little bit over here. Again, I want to remind you, If you haven't got your ticket already, you must go ahead and grab your place. You can get in for no money down at the Unleash the Bootcamp webinar. It's a full day seminar next week, okay, with me, totally live and interactive, okay. That's the web address, michaelchaney.com/traffic. Let me just give you a bit of a sort of sneak preview here of what you're going to discover. So in this full day, we start at 10 a.m. Eastern, by the way, which is 3 p.m. in 3 p.m. in UK. If you can't make this day, still register, because you'll get access to the recordings. If you don't register, you will not get the recordings. Unlike previous events, I am not selling the recordings after, okay? You've got to be through the door with your ticket before we start, okay? And that's the web address you need to go to, michaelchaney.com/traffic. So I'll be going through many, many things. It's going to be awesome, including a $19,500 free traffic case study. I'm going to be sharing with you a secret traffic formula to get oodles of free traffic. I'm going to show you a quick way to tap into low-hanging money online, which is really cool, something that anybody can do. I'm going to show you a fast-track way to get thousands of followers for free. I'll show you how to go from newbie to traffic champion in record time. You're also going to get some simple free traffic tactics, which you can basically just steal from me and deploy right away. And as I've said, this is an interactive session. It's live. It's immersion. I'm basically going to download my brain. If you can imagine taking a USB cable and connecting it from my brain to yours, everything that I know about traffic that I can download to you in this day, that's what you're going to get. Okay, so that's where you need to go and register. If you've got value out of this today and yesterday, it's nothing. I mean, it's not even scratching the surface. To say it's scratching the surface would be an insult to what I've got lined up for you next week for, obviously, for paying clients, okay? And the investment is ridiculous. It's frankly ridiculous for a full day with me, okay? michaelchaney.com/traffic. I know almost everybody on this call has already got their tickets. If you've not, go get it, okay? michaelchaney.com/traffic. That is it, guys. Thank you for your interaction. I appreciate the fun. Dr. T says, can you put any useful docs on Google Drive instead of writing like mad? Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'll take notes for you. That's not a problem. I'll tell you what, I'll come round to your house. Just let me know when you want me to turn up, and I'll write the notes for you if you want. Ah? You want me? What are you saying? If you get in, okay. What? You want me to put the documents online? Look, this is me teaching, right? This is me teaching. You take notes. You get in the recording. You can watch it back a couple of times. With the with the boot camp, by the way, you get access to the recording as well. Okay, there is a VIP optional upgrade. I'm going to give you full disclosure here. Don't scream! Oh my God, there's a one-time offer, Cheney. I can't believe it. It's an optional one-time offer, right? If you want to go VIP, it's a few bucks extra. Then you'll get downloads of the bootcamp. You'll get transcripts, written transcripts of the full one-day bootcamp, and you'll get my slides from the bootcamp, and you get a VIP live session with me before we start the bootcamp. So early in the morning, you can join me on a live VIP session. I'll give you some exclusive content there, some extra strategies there. Okay. For those of you that don't go VIP, totally understand it. If you don't want to do that, it's fine. As I say, it is optional. It's not, I'm not holding stuff back for VIP. I'm giving extra for VIP. If you didn't want to get that, then you're still getting the replay, right? You're still getting a replay and recording forever to go back and watch at your leisure, okay? But it's down to you to take notes. I know a lot of you are like slaving away, but remember, this is you get a replay, right? You can go back over it again. You're gonna capture it more. Let's just say this. There's two reasons that I'm not going to give you notes for everything that I teach. One is it's practically impossible because a lot of it just farts out of my head at high speed, as you've probably noticed. Number two is you're not going to get as much value from it if I just hand everything to you on a silver platter. It doesn't work like that, right? Because if I just say everything from this call is in a PDF, you ain't going to, I'll go check that out. If you're like writing it down because otherwise it's gone and you've lost it, it's searing into your brain. You know what I mean? You're forming neural pathways and storing that information much better. I'm sure the people that answered the question when I asked about the 3 ways to get traffic ABC, I'm pretty sure the people that answered that today wrote that down yesterday, or at least took notes, you know? If I had just put everything from yesterday in a PDF, okay, so that's, Scott says, yes, wrote it down. So that's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. But I do understand. I have sympathy with you, because I know sometimes I go like a million miles an hour. What are you going to do? Shoot me. I could go really slow, not deliver as much value. But I don't think it would be very good for any of us, you know. I would fall asleep, and yeah, it's not going to work. So all I would say on the bootcamp next week, just you're getting a recording. That's all. It's going to blow your mind. It is going to blow your mind. But we've got breaks. Okay, I'm not going the whole day, of course, without breaks. Actually, let me give it. Who wants? I know we're going a little bit late. I need to finish here in probably about 2 minutes. I'll put this over to you. Do you want me to give you the timings for this in terms of the sessions? Is that of interest, or will we just call it a day and quit now? Does anybody want to know that? Because I don't think I've put those out publicly yet. Let me know. Take a swig of my throat tea. Okay, well, let's do that then. I probably should have done that before. I'm going to stick this up. I'm going to hoist up, hopefully not give myself piles by sitting a bit higher up so you can see this ad. Right, let me pull my little notes up and I'll give you the timings, okay? Because I know some of you will be dipping in and out. Ideally, of course, you want to be there live because you can ask me questions, you can interact with me. I know it's not going to be possible for everybody. Sorry, let me just pull this up. Obviously, I'm doing this on the fly here. Whilst I'm looking for this, have a bit of, this is the only music I've got. It's maybe not relevant, depends where you are.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you. This will be a very
So cheesy, so cheesy, so cheesy this. I've nearly found it. Bear with me.
good morning to you.
Will be a very happy day. Now, as an extra bonus, I guarantee that tune's going to be stuck in your head for the rest of the day. Okay? You're welcome. So, the timings are... Steve says it's only 5 hours and will change my life. I'll be there and I'll sit on a commode if I have to. That is beast mode in action. I love it, Steve. That is what you need to do. And that's... I'm going loud again. Holy jamoly with a showy flick froly. Okay. Sorry about this, guys. I'm not meaning to deafen you. Oh god, childish humor. It's so childish. Distorted and loud. Okay, my bad. I'll give you the times. So yeah, what this is about engaging beast mode, right? It's what I call beast mode. What you've been doing today and yesterday, and maybe following some of my stuff up until now, you've been dabbling, right? And you've been engaging. Hopefully, you've been applying. Some people have really been taking this and running with it. The one-day boot camp is beast mode, right? It's complete immersion. So we start things. Terrence says, write the times in a Google Doc. No, says Cheney. I'll tell you what. I'll go and paste them in the chat. How about that? If you give me your address, Dr. T, I'll get a taxi. I'll come round and I'll press the copy button for you if you want and paste them into a doc. Just let me know if you want me to do that and hit print on your printer. It's all good. So these times are in Eastern. Session 1. I'm only joking. Some people take offense. Session 1 is at 10 a.m. Eastern. So these are New York time. If you're in the UK, I'm going to give you the UK times here because I've got them because that's where I am. Absolutely. Come round. I fear, Dr. T, if I came round, you would not let me leave. So thanks for the offer. So those are the times. Okay, session 1, 10 till 11:30. We break for about 20 minutes. Session 2, 11:50 till 1 p.m. We break for 45 minutes. So that's a lunch break. And then we do the final session, 1:45 to 3:15. Now, these are loose times. I'm going to try and stick to these. I imagine that we will stick to them initially. But as you've seen, just with what was supposed to be a 30-minute session today, we may go long. But as I've said, everything gets recorded, okay? But try be there live if you can. You know, there'll be a lot more. Scott says 1 a.m. here in Oz. Is that the start time? Is that what you're saying? 10 a.m. New York time? You'll be fine. Just neck a bit of coffee or go to bed early or just don't sleep. Sleep's overrated. So there you go. Those are the time zones. That's the URL. It's the website address to go to. I'm absolutely pumped. You can probably tell I'm absolutely psyched about this. Where's the VIP offer? You should have seen it after you got. It's a one-time offer. You should see it after you got your ticket. If you didn't see it, ooh, I don't know. If you genuinely didn't see it, you can message me. I don't want everybody messaging and saying, "Oh, I want it." Now you've explained it. It is a genuine one-time offer. But if you genuinely did not see it, VIP is very expensive. Boot Steve Dorrington. Boot Steve Dorrington. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's all about perception. Okay, perceived value. Okay, and there's something exclusive that VIPs are getting. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Steve. Really putting me on the spot there and then saying, is that your April Fool's joke? Yeah, it's just a few bucks, right? But if you genuinely have not seen it, did you see me trying to resell that again when Steve said he was speaking to him? I'm like, oh, God, do I really have to resell it? It's like a ridiculous... You're getting extra time with me as a VIP. Steve puts it's expensive and Cheney starts sweating his balls off like, crap, people really think this is expensive? This is unreal. Thanks for that, Steve. I appreciate it. That made me laugh. Not. Okay, that is it. I can't remember what I was saying, but I think I've said everything. I'm psyched. I'm pumped. It's going to be awesome. You're going to love it, and it will change your life. I swear it will change your life if you apply what I teach you in this day, okay? Get over michaelchaney.com/traffic. I say, if somebody genuinely did not see that VIP offer, message me. You can email me, michael@michaelchaney.com. Or you can message me on Facebook, or you can go to michaelchaney.com/support. Any of those ways is a good way to reach me if you need to do so. And that is that. So I'll see you next week. Chris is kicking. Yeah, I'm fine. I can't let you in if you've seen it. I've been genuine with the offer. It's a one-time offer, but if you genuinely didn't see it, I will give you it. But if you come in and say, "Oh, no, I've changed my mind," yeah, it's a no-go, I'm afraid. All right, that is it. I'll see you for Beast Mode next week, April 8th, Thursday. Bookmark it out, set it out, block it off, and that is it. I will speak to you very, very soon. All the best. Have yourself a good one, people.